Okay, guys, we will get started. I hope you all know we have been doing this session for the past 3 to 4 weeks. We have covered the object-oriented concepts. I have skipped the static part. I am going in for a very important topic, that is interfaces. This interfaces topic alone, I want to do it in two parts. First one is like, let me divide it and I will show you. When you talk about interfaces, you should know what are the topics that you need to learn. So under interfaces, you need to understand what is an interface, why do we need interface, that is why you have to use interface, and what are the methods and what are the types of methods and variables that are allowed in an interface. Then these are the three main things. Why? And one more thing is, if I want to add a new method to an existing interface, what should I do? That is how to extend interface. So these were the topics which you have to know before Java 8. From Java 8, they have introduced few more concepts, that is default and static methods that were introduced in an interface. Then you have to understand what is the meaning of functional interface. Okay? And what are the new functional interfaces that were introduced in Java 8? Then how to implement a functional interface? Interfaces can be implemented in many ways. So under that, you need to know what is the meaning of anonymous inner class. Then what is lambda expression for implementing functional interface. On top of it, you also should know what are method references. Okay. So these are the things you need to know in case of interfaces. And also in case of interfaces before Java 8, there is also something called as marker or tag interface. Okay. Only if you know all these concepts, you can tell that you are very good in interfaces. What is an interface? Why should I use it? In which scenario should I use an interface? Or in which scenario should I use an abstract class? Then what is the purpose of extending an interface? Why did they introduce default and static methods in an interface? What is the purpose of a functional interface? What are the new interfaces that were introduced in Java 8? So these kind of informations you need to know. Fine. So if you are good in this, if you know all these topics, then it means you are good in interfaces. So this we will do it in two parts. Today we will see the first part. In the next session, we will see the interfaces in, the topics that are around Java 8. Okay, fine. Now, guys, actually, let me just introduce myself. I am Shristi here. I am a corporate trainer with 18 plus years of experience, training freshers and laterals in different corporates in Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad. I have done most of the trainings in the different corporates in Bangalore. Presently, I am in Bangalore. Okay, my expertise is in Java full stack training. Okay, and for the freshers, I have started taking free webinars on every Mondays, 8 to 9 p.m. So the previous webinars are available in the YouTube channel. If you are interested, you can go and watch it. Other than that, I'm also doing Java full stack coaching for experienced people and freshers on weekends and also on weekdays. Okay, that is a different part. This is a free webinar. Every week you can come and join. We have completed the OOPS concepts. Now we are moving on to interfaces. Those who have not attended the previous session, that is okay. At least try to attend interfaces this week, next week, exception handling. That also, these three are very, very important topics. Even if you want to learn OOPS, you can learn OOPS all by yourself. In case of interfaces, you should understand the purpose. So I'm just telling you, if you are interested, you can join. Okay. Okay, my channel name is Shristi Tech Academy. Okay, I will share it and then we will start the session now. This is my channel. So here you can find videos in Java, Spring microservices, and so on. Fine. Now let us get started. So here we are going to start with what is an interface, why interface, and the first four topics. Okay. I don't want to rush on the topics. What is an interface? Any idea? Guys, if it is an interactive session, it will be always very good, right? What is an interface? An interface, whenever you are working with Java classes, what is the purpose of a class? A class is going to have a set of attributes and methods with which you can perform some functionality. Whenever I want to get multiple functionality, I should use an interface. Say, for example, let us get started. Most of you would have learned Java. You know that in case of Java, Java supports simple and multi-level inheritance. Okay. Simple and multi-level inheritance. What is the meaning of it? If I just write vehicle and car, car extends vehicle. This is simple inheritance. If I write vehicle, below vehicle I am having four-wheeler. Below four-wheeler if I have car. That is car extends four-wheeler, four-wheeler extends vehicle. What is this hierarchy? This is called as multi-level. So Java supports only simple and multi-level inheritance. Okay, don't jump into a conclusion thinking that inheritance support multiple inheritance. No, not at all. Now, I have a class. My class wants to get multiple functionalities. In that scenario, I need to use an interface. Let me explain this with a very basic example. Just a minute. Suppose say, what is the purpose of an interface? What is an interface? We will understand. Suppose say I have a class. This class wants to get multiple functionalities. Or let me just tell it in this terms. I have a vehicle. A simple vehicle. Don't think in terms of a class or anything. I have a vehicle. What is the subclass of vehicle that I can have? Car. Car and bike come under vehicle. Now this vehicle wants to get extra functionalities, or this car wants to get extra functionalities. So for the vehicle, what and all you will do? You all have bikes. So you will apply for insurance, correct? Then you all want to decorate your vehicle. So you will try to get accessories, right? Then you want to take care of your vehicle nicely. So you will do some whatever safety measures that has to be done for your vehicle. So if you notice, in this case, for one single vehicle, I am trying to get insurance, accessories and safety. So whenever I want to get multiple functionalities for my class, I have to go in for an interface. If you see this, what is the hierarchy? Car is a vehicle. Whatever is there in the vehicle, car also will have. What is the meaning of it? In my vehicle, the properties are model, brand, price. My dear guys, always whenever you are looking in for any e-commerce application, think in terms of these properties only. If you go to Amazon, you are seeing a buyer, a seller, product. Every class, every object has its own set of properties. Here also vehicle is having all these three. So, here also vehicle is having all these three. What about bike? Bike also will take all the properties and utilize it. That is why the relationship is there. If a class is taking the properties of other class, that is inheritance. If the class is utilizing the functionalities of something else, that is called as interface. Okay, so what exactly, where exactly it is getting used, I will tell you. Now, I hope you all understood. The purpose of interface is to provide multiple functionalities for a class. If my vehicle wants to get insurance, accessories and safety, then I can go in for interface. So what about insurance, accessories and safety? They are nothing but interfaces. Same similarly, now I can take an employee class. Okay, and I can have manager. What is the relationship? Manager is a employee. This is inheritance. Now, manager also wants to apply insurance. Getting it? Manager also wants to apply, he wants to be a part of a club. So, he is a part of fun club. Okay, he also wants to go in for sports activities. So, he is also using sports activities. Guys, remember, if you notice in this case, manager listens to whatever the employee says. It means this is a relationship. In case of is a relationship, whatever is there in the employee will be available for manager. But if the manager wants to get different functionalities, he has to use an interface. Insurance, fun club, sports activities. If you notice, both these classes are trying to connect to the same insurance. In case of vehicle, the insurance that will be claimed is for vehicle. In case of manager, the insurance that can be claimed can be health insurance, personal insurance, vehicle insurance, anything. Getting it? So, the purpose of interface is to provide multiple functionality.
Really happy with that? Or
yeah. Yes? Any questions? Okay.
So you said, sorry. So you said purpose of in interface is to get multiple
functionalities.
Thank you.
So how exactly it is, we will see with many examples so that you will get an idea. Okay, so this is just the basic level what I have told. Now we will deep dive into it, why we have to use an interface. See, when will you use a class? Whenever there is always a is a relationship. What is the meaning of it? Let me explain this. Let's say for example, take a duck or a swan. Okay, then duck comes under bird. Then take a aeroplane. Aeroplane comes under vehicle. And take a Superman. Superman comes under superhuman. That is human. So what is common for all this? What is common for all this? What they can do? What about a Superman? What about an aeroplane?
Flying.
What about a swan? What they can do?
Flying.
Yeah, very good. Fly. Fly. Very good. So how they fly? It differs. Swan is going to fly with the help of wings. Aeroplane is going to fly with the help of its own engine. Superman is going to fly with the help of his own superpowers. So whenever I want to group multiple people into a common category, I can use an interface. That is, when I want to group multiple classes into a single category, I will explain this very simple example. Few of you are studying in college, correct? Few of you are working. Assume people who are working in college, studying in college. How will they allow you in a college? You have to take a tag. Only if you are having a tag of your college, you will be allowed inside to enter into your college. If I am trying to come into your college, they will not allow me because you have a tag. You are saying that you are implementing a tag, something like this. That is why you are allowed in. I am trying to group multiple people into a common category, meaning to say that they belong to the same college. Similarly, many people, you are all working in the same company. So you are all working in a company. Now I cannot enter into your tech park because I don't have your tag. So multiple people are grouped. If I have the tag, I am snatching your tag, I can enter into your company. Getting it? When I want to group multiple people from different places, then I can use an interface. But remember, the method is same. Fly is a method. What about the implementation? Implementation will be different for swan. How does a swan fly? With wings. How does an aeroplane fly? With engine. How does a Superman fly? With superpowers. So I hope it is clear. Whenever I want to group different classes, the best example which I love to tell is WhatsApp. In case of WhatsApp, so you all have joined my community. Are you from the same place? No. Are you from the same college? No. Are you from the same city? No. Getting it? Are you all college students? No. You are all different categories. So when I want to group multiple categories into a common function, to provide a common functionality, I can use an interface. If you are a part of my WhatsApp community, you can attend this class. If you are not a part of this WhatsApp community, you cannot attend this class. That is the meaning. Clear? Okay. Yes. I will explain. I will explain. Now the second part, that is an interesting part. So when I want to group multiple, guys, you all are in different groups, right? So you as a person, now what is that we have seen? Multiple classes, implement an interface, implement an interface to get a common functionality. To group them together. Say, I want to group you all. You are all from different places. I want you to group you all into one single category to learn Java. Okay. So that is the meaning. Similarly, you are not only interested in Java, you want to learn React, you want to learn Angular. So what you will do, you as a person, you will also join. So you are in Java WhatsApp community. You want to know what is happening in your college. You are in your college community. You are in your school. Then you are in your, suppose say you have taken gym membership. You are in your gym community. It means one single person, listen please, you are studying in a college or you are working. So this is like, assume you are a manager. Manager extends employee, but manager wants to get different functionality. He is in Java group, he is in college group, he is in school group, he is gym group, he is in office group, he is in family group. So one single person is taking different functionality. We have seen already the class Swan. Swan implements flyable because Swan can fly. Swan implements swimmable because Swan can swim. Similarly, we talked about aeroplane. Aeroplane implements flyable because it is flying using engines. Aeroplane also comes under luxury vehicles. Okay, luxury transport. It means one class can implement multiple interfaces to get multiple functionalities. When I want to group the classes, the moment I enter into a college, they give me a tag saying that you belong to the class. It means I am a part of that group. I am a part of that college. What about multiple classes implementing an interface? Sorry, this is the first one. What about the second one? A class implements one single interface. Now assume you are a part of Java group. You want to learn Angular. So you will be a part of Angular also. You want to learn React. You are a part of React group also. So one single person, if he wants to get different functionalities, he can implement multiple interfaces. What is the example? Let me explain it with a very simple example. Now take an employee class. Okay, we have discussed about this. I have an employee class. I have a manager class. Manager extends employee. So whatever is available in manager will be available for employee. Sorry, whatever is available in employee will be available for manager also. Now this manager wants to add new functionalities. Suppose in employee, I'm having a method calculate bonus that I can implement, that will be implemented properly in manager. All that manager can use. Now manager wants to get new functionalities. What are that? Manager wants to learn about courses. So what he will do? He will go and join some institute. Okay. So maybe he is just he is connecting to an interface learnable, which is having a method show courses. The same manager is interested in going for the trekking, going for picnics. Then what he can do? He can go in for an interface fun club where we can have a method as void show activities. Fine. Void show courses. Now this manager also, yeah, please tell me any question.
Ma'am, if one entity show different behavior in different places, so that is a part of polymorphism, no?
Which one? One?
Ma'am, one entity show different behavior in different places.
That is polymorphism. Here what
Yes,
we are telling, we are grouping all that classes under a common category. What
yeah.
exactly is the meaning of it? Suppose say I am having a employee class. I am having a manager class. I want to group all the classes into a common category. How can I do that? Tell me, how can I do that? Whatever you are telling, I can understand. This is in terms of methods. I am having a method area. If it is taking one parameter, it will behave differently. If it is taking two parameters, it will behave differently. It is taking no parameter, it will behave differently. This is polymorphism. Here what I am telling is, I am having one single object which wants to get different functionalities. What is the purpose of it? So that's what I told. Now I am having a manager class. This manager wants to get multiple functionalities. So how exactly I can give? The manager wants to join a fun club. This manager wants to join a fun club, which can be an interface. He can join a sports club, which can be an interface. He wants to learn new courses, so he is joining an institute. Please see the difference. Manager is a employee. I cannot say manager is a institute. Manager is a sports. I cannot say that. Manager is using fun club. So here we will have one method, show activity. Okay. Similarly, sports, show sports. Similarly, institute, show courses. Like this I am having. Now the question is, the same fun club can be used by student. Student may come under some other category, but he will also implement the same fun club. See, you are going to a gym. You will have some other person whom you don't know coming to the same gym. You are going to a sports activity. You are meeting some other person who is going to come to the same activity, same gym. What is the difference? Maybe in gym you are doing Zumba, the other person is doing weightlifting. Now, what is the meaning of it? Suppose the gym is closed on a particular day, both this manager and student will get the same notification. You both have joined the Java community. You all belong to a part of a single community. Whatever notification comes, it will go to all the people in different places. That is the meaning of it. Getting it?
Okay. Yeah, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. It is not multiple inheritance. When will you say multiple inheritance? There is a father, there is a mother, there is a son. If the son will get the characters of father and mother, means it is multiple inheritance. Now I am having employee, I am having manager. Manager has whatever employee is having. What does an employee have? An employee has employee name, ID, department, city, state, so many things. What about the manager? The manager is not, so manager also wants the same property, so it is okay, fine. But what about fun club? Does fun club have the properties what the manager is having? No. Fun club is something extra. Sports is something extra. It is not a part of manager. Manager can use sports. Manager can join fun club. Manager can join an institute. Okay. Unless until we do it, we will not understand. Let us try it out. So we are going to first, actually, I will explain the example and then we will try it out. Okay. Now, what about the interface? What are the other things that you need to know about in an interface? We learned interface is used for for providing multiple functionality. That is the first one. Okay. Interface is used for providing abstraction. My dear guys, I will tell you what is the real use case scenario. Suppose you have created a class. Okay. Some book details class. Now, from the front end, somebody is giving the book details. I want to save the data of that book details. What about the book details? It has got title, author, category, price, all that I want to save it. How do you save it? You need to save it to the database. So, now I have to write in this one, I will just create a method, save book. And this is my book class, okay? In this book class, I am having all this. Save book method now I am having. What are the criteria? There are scenarios where you don't want to save the book to one database. One person will say, one person will say that I want to save it to MySQL. One person will say that I want to save it to Oracle database. One group will say, no, let us use NoSQL databases like MongoDB. So in this scenario, what I can do is, I can create 3 different implementations. I hope you all can understand. I am creating one implementation. Okay, so this will be one class. This is the interface. So I have created this as an interface. I am having one single method, save book. This is a class which wants to utilize this method. Where they want to save? I want to save it in MySQL, in Oracle and MongoDB. So we will be creating 3 different classes. MySQL MySQL class, Oracle class, MongoDB class. That is, we are creating 3 different classes. We will write the logic for save book. What is the meaning of it? Save it in MySQL database, save it in Oracle database, save it in Mongo database. Remember, one method, different implementations. That is the main purpose. You all know in inheritance also it is the same thing. Sorry, in abstraction inheritance it is the same thing. You override a method to get different functionality. But what is the difference between inheritance and interface? In case of inheritance, it is a relationship. In case of interface, it is you are trying to get different functionalities. Interface is like a broker. What is the meaning of it? Let me delete all this. I will explain this. There is a broker. Most of you are in Bangalore, in different places. So whenever you are going to college or to your work, you were searching for PGs. Correct? You are the student. Now what you do, you go and connect to this. Student is like a class. I hope you can understand. One single object is connecting to the broker. Now, what about this broker? Does the broker has any houses of his own? No. He will have the details of house owner 1, house owner 2, house owner 3, house owner 4. Now, what about house owner? Where is there any connection between the student and these 4 house owners? No, not at all. They are not related. Actually, the backend is completely hidden. Assume this fellow this is a 2 BHK, this is 1 BHK, and this is like a normal PG, and this is like an independent house. Okay, the student tells that I want to get a house. He will connect to the broker. What about the broker? Broker is an interface. Think this in terms of an interface. Broker says, show house. Okay, show house. This is the method. What the student will do? He will say that I want to see the house. Based on the student's input, the broker will either connect to house owner 1 or house owner 2 or owner 3 or owner 4. So based on that, any one of that will be selected. Remember, the same house owner, he will connect to 2 brokers also. What is the meaning of it? One class can connect to multiple interfaces. If this fellow is not getting me a client, I will connect to this person. If he is not getting me a client, I am connecting to the other person. So interfaces are like intermediaries. This is not a relationship. And here also, if you notice, multiple classes are under one particular broker to get a common category show houses. Is this clear? Okay. What else that you need to know in case of interfaces? In case of interfaces, it helps to get abstraction. Abstraction means hiding the backend details. Student will never know about any of these owners. Student always will connect to the broker. The student also is very smart enough. What he will do? He will also connect to some other broker. So, one student, one class can connect to multiple interfaces to get multiple functionalities. If he cannot get me a house, he will try to get a house. Multiple classes can come under a common category by implementing one single interface. So these 4 people, they are coming under one single broker so that they will get a common functionality. I hope it is clear. And in case of interfaces, you cannot create objects. Okay. And in case of interfaces, what type of methods it has? The methods in an interface are by default public and abstract. But public and abstract. From Java 8, they have introduced default and static methods also. The variables in an interface are by default public. Why public? I have to access this variable from anywhere. Static. Why static? Interface is common for everybody. Yeah, this is a broker. So what he will tell? This is my charge. If you want me to find a client for you, you have to pay me so and so, some 10,000 rupees as an advance. So it is common for all the people. So they have made it a static. You can call it using interface name. Public, static and final. No, for this house owner is saying, please give it to, reduce the amount to 8,000. No, it is not possible. It is common for all the classes. So that is why they have made it as public, static and final. You can also have an interface without any methods. What is the purpose? To bring a common functionality. The WhatsApp group, whatever you are in, they are nothing but, what they are nothing but interfaces without any methods. They are called as tag interface, tag or marker interface. Very simple thing. If I have to enter into your college, I will take a tag of your college, I can enter it. Yeah, I mean, what does the tag has? Does it have any method? Does it have any logic or functionality? No. So that is why it is called as tag or marker interface. Okay, very good. Now, I hope it is clear till this part. Let us see one small example. I'll show, we'll just go through a quick view of the interface and then okay, very good. Clonable, serializable, they are all marker interfaces. What is the meaning of it? Clonable is like a tag. If I implement clonable, then I can create duplicate objects. If I implement serializable, I can save the object. That is the meaning. Okay. Now, let us see whatever we have seen till now. Let us just have it. Interface helps to achieve multiple implementation. Whenever you want to get different functionalities for your class, use interfaces. Interfaces cannot be instantiated. That is, you cannot create objects. Interfaces can have abstract methods, default methods, static methods. We will discuss about these two later. The variables are by default, public, static, and final. The interfaces must be implemented. What is the meaning of it? I'm having a method. Interface is like a broker. He is not having any house of his own. The classes should implement the methods. Okay. Okay, so this is the syntax. Now, let us try one program in Eclipse. Interfaces can have abstract methods, default methods, static methods. Okay, it's not only abstract methods. That is before Java 8. From Java 8, you can also have default and static methods. Now let us do a simple program. I have opened Eclipse. Any questions? Now, let me explain this with a very simple example.
Hi, Shristi.
Yeah, tell me. Yes?
Hello.
Yeah,
Am I audible? Yeah, in interface we have static methods, right? How to call the static methods with the class name, right? In interface we are
in interface, if you want to call a method in an interface, it should be interface name dot method name. It should be interface name dot method name. Getting it?
we can call directly in the interface.
Yeah. What is the purpose of it? To provide a common functionality. Getting it?
Okay.
Okay, guys. Now let us see. I will explain it with a very simple example. Assume I am having an interface with the name calculator. Okay, interface calculator. Now under this interface, I am having one single method, calculate. I am passing int x comma int y. Now what are the different functionalities that I can have for this interface? Tell me. Void. Let me have the return type as void. So what are the functionalities? What can a calculator have? I can have, if somebody wants to add two numbers, I can create a class adder which implements calculator. If someone wants to if someone wants to get the product, I can create a class product which will implement calculate method. Similarly, I can create difference. Getting it? So now we will try it out. So we will create an interface calculator. We will create three different classes which is going to implement one single method. So what is the flow? How exactly it is going to be? There is a client. Okay. This client, he will connect to the calculator only. He will come and connect to the calculator. Now, under calculator, I am having adder, product, and difference. Now, when the client is connecting to the calculator is asking, is like a broker interface. What is the functionality that you want to perform? If he says add, it will connect to adder. If he says product, it will connect to product. If he says difference, it will connect to difference. Now, let us try this out. Let me go to Eclipse. From Eclipse, let me create a class. Okay, I already have some projects. Now this time let us create a new project. File, new Java project. Enter demos. Rest of the things I assume that you guys know how to create a project in Eclipse. Inside SRC, right click, new interface. Give the package name. Remember, always start working with the packages only. com.shristi.inter. Let me give the interface name as calculator. Calculator. And here, let us add one single method, void calculate. Guys, this is not inheritance. By seeing this only, you can understand. Inheritance means whatever the super class is having, the subclass can use it. But it is not inheritance. It is actually, I am trying to take that functionality and give my own implementation. Int x, comma, int y. What is this? This is an abstract method. The methods in an interface are by default public and abstract. So I don't have to use public and abstract keyword here. Now the next step is we need to create an implementation class. Select the interface, right click, new class. Let me create the first class adder. I want to add 2 numbers. And from here itself, you can select the interface, but let us do it from here. Public class adder implements. The keyword here is implements calculator. So what is the meaning of it? If a class is implementing an interface, it is mandatory that you need to provide the functionality. It is giving me an error. So what should I do? I need to override the method that is given over here in this one interface calculator. So how you can do? Go to source, override implement methods, select calculate, click OK. Guys, we are overriding the method. If you notice here, the access specifier is given as void. But the return type is void. We have not added any access specifier, but by default it is public. So in the adder class, you need to add public. Inside this, add, write the logic, sum x plus y. Okay. Similarly, let us create another class. Okay, it's giving me an error. Why? Because I have not saved the calculator. That is why it's giving me an error. Let me go and save it. Automatically, the error will be gone. Now, similarly, let us try to create a new class that implements this interface. This time, let me give it as product. Product implements calculator. And override the method. Keep the cursor here. It will give you a choice to add the unimplemented methods. And here also write the logic. Product plus x into y. Okay. Now this is done.
Ma'am, what's the accessibility of interface?
Accessibility in the sense?
Where we can use in the package or in different classes also?
I still didn't get your question.
We can only use in the same package, or we can also use in
Anywhere. You can use it anywhere, provided your interface should be public. See. Okay, see here, let me create a new package. I'm creating a package as Inter 11. This is a new package. Now, if I'm having my calculator in Inter 11, still you can access it here. See, automatically it is getting imported. Because your interface is public. If you remove the keyword public, it will give you an error. See?
Public things access anywhere.
Yes, public classes can be accessed across all the packages. So now it is giving me an error. See, calculator is not visible. The type calculator is not visible because it's in a separate package. So what is the meaning of it? Whenever you are creating an interface, make it public, because if you are having classes outside that package, you can access it. Fine. Okay, let me put it in the same package. Okay, guys, always remember what I have seen is people create everything in the same place. You should not do that. Now we have created the calculator, we have created the adder class, the product class. So it means this whole thing is your backend. Okay, this whole part is your backend. The client class, which is going to have public static void main, is something like a front end. So always have the calling part in the client program, which is public static void main, and do not mess up anything. Don't add public static void main in adder or product or difference, because it is a backend part. Now we'll go here. We will create the main class. New class. Let me create the class. Calculator main. This class is going to have the main method. Okay. Now, what is very, very important? How to call the methods? I can simply call adder is equal to new adder, and I can call the methods. That is fine. But now, always remember, you need to call this using interface reference is equal to implementation class object. Why I am insisting on it? Because when you are going to work in applications like Spring, the backend is completely hidden from the end user. You are ordering an item in Amazon. You really don't know who is the person who's going to bring the item. You just know the delivery is on this particular date, on this particular timing. So the backend details are completely hidden. You really don't know from which shop it is coming, from which city it is coming. Of course, there will be there saying that this is the city and everything. In case of interface also, the backend is completely hidden. So how will you write it? It is calculator calc is equal to new adder. Okay, will it not work if I call adder is equal to new adder? It will work perfectly fine. But the idea over here is I am hiding the
This
backend.
is dynamic binding. Yeah.
This is dynamic binding. Yes, exactly. Dynamic binding. During the runtime, based on the user input, I am asking the user whether you want to do addition or subtraction, or you want to find the product. Based on the user input, I am making this calculator to refer to adder. If he says I want to find the product, I will write calc equal to new product. Calc dot calculate 10, 20. As you told, like if I want to find, then I can write calc is equal to new product. Okay, and then I can write calc dot calculate by passing 20, 30. So I am getting the user input. Based on the user input, I am calling it. Okay, this is one simple example. Let me just explain you one more example. The same thing what we have told. Like, is it clear, guys, everybody? This is actually dynamic method dispatch only. During the runtime, based on the user input, I have to use my interface reference to an implementation class. My dear guys, because this is Java, it is shown. If you are going to Spring, the backend will be completely hidden. I will just know only the reference. Okay, when you are trying to order food, you will never know the name of the person or anything. It is coming there in the bill, but you will not remember. You cannot guarantee that the same person will come next time. I know that I am just connecting to Amazon delivery, or I am connecting to Dunzo delivery. I am connecting to a particular delivery. That's how it is. Now let us run this. You will get the proper output. Clear? Okay. I will tell you one more program, and I will show you an interesting program which we have done with interfaces. Right? Any questions till this? Now, just like how we have done here, assume I am having an interface bonus calculator. Bonus calculator. Okay. In bonus we will have it as institute. This is my interface. This institute is having a method as show courses. Whatever courses are available, it has to return a list of courses. We have not seen list, so I am having it as a string array. Now, what about who all will go to the institute? A student can go, a user can go, an employee can go. Okay, what about the student? The courses provided for the student will be different for the courses. For employee. Employee is he's a working guy. User, I will leave it like this is generic. It can be either student or employee. In case of student, they will say that so and so courses are available. In case of employee, they will say those so and so courses are available. Now you can understand. I am group. So both the student and employee are studying in the same institute. I am grouping them for the same institute. Is this clear? This is different. This is different. They don't. He is working in a different company. He is studying in a different college, but they are grouped under a common category because they are studying in the same institute. Getting it? So that is the purpose of interface. Based on the requirement, if I say I am a student, it will show me the list of courses for the student. If I say I am an employee, it will show me the list of courses for an employee. Okay. Now, okay, one small question is asked. Why should I not use new adder? This is the backend. This is not visible at all. Will it not work if I give adder is equal to new adder? It will work perfectly fine. If I write adder is equal to new adder, it will work perfectly fine. But these are backend people. The backend is completely hidden. See, actually we are writing the code. Now, when you, I will tell you this one. I'll explain you with a simple example. One more example. Suppose say you are going to a showroom. You are going to a showroom. Okay. Then the showroom is having something like show items. The items can be, it can be, what is that? Shoes, or it can be bags, or it can be jackets. It can be anything. Now, showroom, a person who is selling shoes, a person who is selling bags, or a factory which is selling jackets. Now, when I'm trying to connect as a client, the client will not allow me to connect to this particular factories. Think these are all factories. This is a factory which is manufacturing shoes. This is a factory which is manufacturing bags. This is a factory which is manufacturing jackets. Show items is the one single method. Now what about it? The showroom is having implementation classes, shoe factory, bag factory, jacket factory. The client will never go to the factory directly. He will come to the showroom. Based on the client's requirement, I will take the shoes from shoe factory and show it to him. I will take the bags from bag factory and show it to him. Jacket from jacket factory and show it to him. I will never allow him to connect to the back end details directly. Guys, when you go to a place, it is the same thing. You are having a waiter. Who's a waiter? Waiter is an interface. A waiter is an interface. As a client, you connect to the waiter. You say that I want to get food. So the waiter will connect to a Chinese chef, or an Italian chef, or an Indian chef. Based on the user's requirement. As a person who's going to eat food, you will never connect to the backend details. So I will not know who is the Chinese chef, who is the Italian chef. So the backend is completely hidden. Is this clear now? So you should never create an object of the implementation class directly. Implementation classes are, today the Chinese chef will be there. Tomorrow he will be replaced by some other person. Today I am dealing with shoe factory. Tomorrow it's not shoe. Maybe instead of shoe I am dealing with only boots. So the backend is hidden. Guys, I will tell you a nice example we will do with institute. So similar to this, now here let me create a new interface. Select your package, right click, new interface. This time, let us give the interface name as institute. And in the institute, let me have the interface methods as show courses. The return type is, see, explicitly I have given that as a string array. What is the next step? I need to create an implementation of it. Who and all will come? Like for student courses are separate, for employee the courses are separate. So let me create a class as employee courses. And this employee courses implements institute. Implements institute. And now inside this, I need to override the method And how will you give? Return new string array of within curly braces. Let us give some courses. AWS, Cloud, PMP, Agile. Okay. Similarly, we will have to create another class for student. So let me do it with a shortcut. This is going to be student courses. So in case of student courses, we will have it as Python, cloud computing, Java full stack, front end, like mean. Few courses I have added. Now what is the next step? Again, as I told, these are all backend. Now a client is coming here. New class, a user is coming to this class, to this particular institute. Okay, so this is the user. He is getting an entry. Listen, user is not implementing the interface or anything. User is just a normal person. It means, let me just show you. This is my institute. Under the institute, I am having two implementation. One is for employee courses. The other one is for student courses. This is the backend, okay? Now, in the employee courses and student courses, this is my institute part. Now, from the front end, a user is coming in. He will connect to the institute. He is asking what are all the courses available. So the institute is asking whether you are a student. Yes. So it will return the list of student courses. If this guy says I am working person, it will show the list of employee courses. Can the user get the employee courses and connect to it directly? No, not at all. Why? As of now, I am dealing with employee courses as PMP, Agile and something. Later on, I will remove this and maybe I will have courses for kids courses. If I am creating an object of employee courses directly, later on, if it is not available, it will be an issue. Always there is a broker, there is an interface. It is like a receptionist, it is like a security, it is like a broker, it is like an intermediate. That is what you need to remember. Okay, now let us complete this part. So this is not going to implement anything or anything. He is an external person. Have a main method. The main method again, institute. So I'll use scanner. This time let us do a proper thing. Scanner is equal to new scanner of, I'm trying to get user input using system.in. So enter your type. S for student, E for employee. And now I need to get the user input, sc.next. The return type, let me have it as a choice. String choice is equal to sc.next. Okay, now what should I do? The next step is, if the user says choice dot equals, you can use switch case also. Dot equals yes within quotes. Then first is I need to create an interface reference, right? So let me create the reference outside. Institute is equal to null. Now here if he says this, then I can write institute is equal to new student courses. And using this institute, I can call the methods. Like always, you might be wondering why she is giving the same variable name. That's how you have to do when you are working in a company also. They also always prefer that. And here, I forgot to add a curly brace. That's why it's going out of the bounds. Institute dot show courses. The return type is a string array. So you need to iterate through the string array. String courses is equal to institute of show courses. And how will you iterate it? This is an array. So use a for loop. For not legacy for, use for each. String course. Okay, how do you write a for loop for each? I'll explain this. For, already we have seen in one other webinar, for, put a colon in the center. What is the name of the array? Courses. Add it on the right side. What is the data type? String. string course. From courses, take one by one value and print it. That is the meaning. The next line, CISO course. Actually, we can do this later also. Here I will close the if condition. Next again, if choice dot equals E, then institute is equal to new employee courses. Here, I'll change it to employee courses. Okay, then in the next line, this is alone is enough, my dear guys, because we don't have to repeat the code again and again. So I'm cutting it off and here I will add it. See the difference. I will remove this. I'll remove this line, and enter. And this also, and enter. See, if the choice is yes, make the institute point to student courses. If the choice is E, make the institute point to employee courses. Then after that, you are trying to call the method show courses. Then iterate it and print it. Now let us try running this. One extra braces is there. Let me format it. Let me run it. So it's asking, what is the type? Yes. So it's giving me the details. And again, if I give E, it has to give me the list of courses for employee. So I hope it is clear. Remember, it is not is a relationship. Now a user wants to get different functionalities from the institute. What are the functionalities the institute is providing? Employee courses and student courses. The same thing you can try with the chef part. I will just show you that. So now what I can have? I can have, let us have an interface. So waiter service will be the interface. And under waiter service, what are the Chinese? You are having Chinese menu, then Indian menu, and then Italian menu. Guys, remember, what these three can come under the same class as menu. You can create a menu class which is having menu name, that is item name, item price, item category, whether it is a dessert or it is a what is that? Whether it is a dessert or it is a cool drink or it is a starter, like that you can just have the item name, item price, all that you can have it. So Chinese menu, Indian menu, Italian menu come under menu, but they are going to come under waiter service. So this is going to be the interface. This is interface. This is inheritance. This will be class, something like that. Class menu, under that I can have Chinese menu, Indian menu, Italian menu. This is waiter service. Under that we will have three different things. Now what about the, again, same thing, customer. When the customer is saying that I want to see the Chinese menu, the waiter service is going to show the list of Chinese menus, or list of Indian menu, or list of Italian menu. This is how it is going to work in case of an interface. Any question? Okay, we have not seen about extending the interface. Maybe we can do it in the next week. Before that, okay, this is about, yes. Let me show you one small program. See, explain the flow, and then if you see that, you will understand it from here. Including interface and implementation class put together. So first is, I have created a vehicle class. Under vehicle, I have two subclasses. One is car, the other one is bike. Vehicle is having a method as like get mileage. And this is an abstract method. So it is mandatory that I need to override get mileage in car and bike. So I have to override get mileage here. I need to override get mileage here. Now what is the next thing? Now, in case of, so I have to make this class as an abstract class. This vehicle also wants to have extra functionalities. So this vehicle class is implementing insurance. In that, I'm having a method called as insurance details, which is an abstract method. So the car class is extending vehicle. Vehicle implements insurance. So mandatory for the car class, car has to override insurance and provide functionality for that. Bike should override insurance and provide functionality for that. Now, other than that, car also wants accessories like music system, this and that, like a dash camera and so on. So it is, we are creating another interface accessories. Guys, please understand, that is the idea. A car can come under vehicle, can implement insurance. Car can implement any number of interfaces, right? Right? Correct? Yes. Now, in this case, what we are doing, we have created an interface. In this accessories, I have created a method called as interior. So what is mandatory for the car class? It has to override interior and give functionality for that also. I hope you can understand the whole hierarchy itself. Car is a vehicle. Car gets the functionalities from accessories and from insurance. Bike is a vehicle. Bike gets the functionalities from insurance also. That is how it is. So let me show you the code just for understanding purpose. So this is the complete application. You can see it over here in the bottom. Here. The first one is vehicle class. In my vehicle class, I'm having brand, model and price, a parameterized constructor, one common method to be used by all the classes. And I'm having one abstract method, get mileage. So I'm making the classes abstract. What is the next step? I need to create an implementation class for vehicle, but also before that, let us see the insurance interface. This is the insurance interface, which is having one single method, insurance details. For that, I'm having a bike class. The bike class is extending vehicle. So whatever properties are available in vehicle is available for bike also. Together with that, bike is having its own property type. I have created a constructor, a parameterized constructor. See here, we have added type also. Bike extends vehicle. Vehicle is having get mileage, which is an abstract method. So it is mandatory. So bike has to override get mileage. Can you see this? Vehicle is implementing insurance. So bike also has to implement insurance. So it has to give the implementation for insurance details also. That also we have done. So we are overriding insurance details. We are overriding get mileage. Together with that, implementation class enough. Yeah. No, actually, see, the hierarchy can be very big. Vehicle is an abstract class. Vehicle also uses insurance. See, if I directly create bike, I cannot write bike extends insurance. Bike needs a super class, right? See, I am daughter of my father. At the same time, I am going to my neighbor's house, this place, that place. It means what I am trying to get different functionalities. I am going to functions, I am going to temple, I am going to festivals, I am going to do this. So one person taking different functionalities. I am going to college, I am going to school, right? The hierarchy is I belong to my family. If because I go to school, I don't belong to the school, right? I'm using the functionality of school. That's how it is. So now we have added it. And also this bike class can have its own method also. So what are the methods in bike? Bike extends vehicle. So whatever methods are available in vehicle will be available for bike. Vehicle is implementing insurance. Whatever methods are available in the interface is available for bike also. So I have overridden all the methods properly here. Similarly, coming to the car class. Before that, let us see accessories. I have created another interface accessories, which is having one single method, interior. Now, when I'm creating a car class, see, car extends vehicle, implements accessories. So whatever methods are in vehicle, abstract should be overridden. So we are overriding get mileage. Then next, vehicle implements insurance. So the method of insurance should be overridden. That we have overridden over here. Next, the third one, car implements accessories. In accessories, we are having interior. That also should be overridden in the car class. That we are overriding it. Together with that, the car also can have its own method, which I have given it. It's all fine, all done. What is this? This is like a showroom. Now a customer is coming in. When a customer is coming in, based on the customer's input, what the guy will do, he will either connect to the car class object or he will connect to the bike class object. See, I'm not creating an object of bike or car directly because I'm going to a showroom. The guy who, the salesperson who's over there, he's asking me, what do you want? I have not used scanner and all. He's asking me, what do you want? I say, I want a car. So he's connecting me to car object. Using that, I'm calling the methods. So there are different implications how to call the methods that I have given it over here. That's all. I hope the hierarchy is clear now, how exactly it is working. So today what we have seen is what is an interface, what is the use of an interface, how a class can implement multiple interfaces, how one interface can be used by multiple classes. Getting it? Yeah. In the next week, what we will do is, we will learn about what is the purpose of extending interface, what is the use of default static methods, and little bit about functional interface. I hope the session was useful for you guys. Shall we wind up? I am very happy most of you have interacted. So please do continue for the next session also. In the next week, we will discuss about the next upcoming topics of interfaces, which are very crucial. Like, why should I extend an interface? What is the purpose of default methods? Why did they introduce static methods in Java 8? And also, like, what are functional interfaces? Okay. Now I think we can wind up for the day. Yeah, okay. See, I don't have any PDF or anything as such, but I will just share you the playlist and this video, this webinar, I will just upload it tomorrow. Fine. Okay. I can just share the playlist of these topics which is available in my YouTube channel. If you are interested, you can just go through that. Thanks everyone. Thanks for your time.